Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 22nd of August 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Celestial Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about this day. And I like looking at the numbers, right? So on this date, we've got loads of 2s and an 8. 8 is about strength, and 22 is the master number of the builder. And I feel intuitively that the message is that your identity is so strong and certain about your identity, your wants, your life purpose at the moment, that it becomes much easier for you to understand what it is you want and what matters to you, and then also how to find a way to realize those things in a practical way. So it's kind of the season of you coming out of your shell and stepping into your own power and being the authority figure in your own life. You make the rules. That's really what I get just from the numbers. Card-wise, we've got the Sun. Okay, it's the same thing. Your identity. You're the focus of everything. And not in a selfish way, in the sense of, this is my life. How can I maximize it and use it to its fullest potential and use all these powers in a way that's joyous and productive and all those things. Then we have Crucis, if that's how you say it. That's the Ace of Swords, a gift from the universe when it comes to your ideas. So you're super empowered, and your brain is like super powered. So, I mean, there's no stopping you. And then we've got more Leo. We've got strength. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're really unstoppable on this day, all joking aside. So the Sun is the 19th card in the Major Arcana. It's the card that comes in towards the end of the Fool's journey, where the Fool realizes that the thing that he's been given in life, that's always been his biggest asset, is his identity, himself. And all these other things that he thought kept him going, like family and money and status, that, yeah, short term they can do certain things for you, but sooner or later, nothing is permanent on this planet other than you. And it's a little bit of a bitter pill to swallow. It really just kind of cements your own importance in your own life. And it's kind of threatening. It kind of says, well, you know, you're going to be around with you on this journey until you're taking your final breath. So you're going to have to pay attention to me at some point, like it or not. So it's kind of your own identity, your own self, imposing itself on you and saying, whether you like me or not, this is who you are. You have certain wants and needs, and they are emerging from within you. So it would benefit you to fall into line as such. So what I'm saying is that there's a greater authority that exists within you that is independent of your current thoughts or feelings or your current identity. It exists on some sort of higher plane. It has a greater sense of authority, and it kind of knows that your life is going to be lived in certain ways, and it acts despite you. What would I call that force? Could be kind of your guardian angel protecting you from missing out, or behaving in ways that don't work for you. Kind of also reminds me of that Footprints poem. You know, why were there only one set of footprints when I was having such a hard time? It's because I was carrying you, that's why. So it's kind of like your higher self, I feel, intervenes in your current identity, and it says, listen, you can do a bit more than this, basically. And I'm going to impose myself on you and demand that we do more with this life than we're currently doing. So you start to understand certain requirements that yourself is demanding from you. Your higher self is demanding more from you than it usually does. So that's an obligation and a duty. At the same time, it's a freedom, because at least you're doing it for yourself. You're investing in yourself. The Ace of Swords is a blessing from the universe. So this pressure that appears and arrives, you can trust that and listen to it and work with it. It's not going to take you down the wrong road. it may feel a little bit scary or uncomfortable that not only is your own inner voice really, really clear and easy to decipher, but that it's so specific and it's asking you to make certain changes in your life. Those changes come from a place of love, and they will design, and if you listen to what your identity, your higher self, your intuition tells you on this day, and if you work with it, it's going to create more balance in your life circumstances, which you will then deem beautiful and fulfilling and connecting and positive. So you can trust the ideas that come in. And finally, the cards are reassuring you that you have the strength to take the actions that are kind of demanded and required of you, because you're fully on board. You're on Team You here. And your higher self is throwing out some next level, PhD level requirements that you've now kind of graduated into. It's time to take the next step. And you may be a bit daunted by that. But certainly what isn't going to be difficult is sussing out who you are, what it is you want in life. The thing that's going to be difficult is just paying attention to that, because the fear will be there. And it's like, okay, thanks. I realize that I want all these things, but I have certain hang-ups, I can't just drop everything and do these to meet these things that you want. I can't just snap my fingers and change my life, but I can make plans to slowly implement these changes in future and to shift gears, or to at least, look at a different direction. Here also what's interesting is at the center. So we've got all this fire, all this energy, all this power, your identity kind of pushing. And then we've got this cross here at the center, which is the higher realm intersecting with the physical realm. So it's your higher self is trying to, when you have like a, how do I say? Like the negatives with photos where you have the outlines of the pictures, or you have like back in the day in schools and stuff, you had these overhead projectors. You used to put a piece of plastic on it, and the plastic had this image printed on it, and it would then be projected onto the wall. And if you had two plastic sheets with images or the same image, you could kind of put them on top of each other and move the two sheets so that they were completely perfectly overlaid and it looked like one perfect image. So let's say your higher self is on one piece of plastic and your physical human self is on another piece of plastic. Your higher self is taking those pieces today and shuffling them together and moving the two pictures on top of each other in an attempt to get your higher self to be manifested as your human 3D earthy self. And that's why I'm saying you can really believe the messages you're getting. They'll lead to a manifestation of the self, which you'll be absolutely delighted with. So it's kind of like your higher self is knocking on the door saying, hello, let me in. And it's a good idea to open and to engage with the process. Number-wise, let's see, we've got a 19 and 1 is 20, and 8 is 28, 2 and 8 is 10, 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is the boss, the pioneer, the person in charge, the magician. Very similar to this, really. The magician who gets his energy from his higher self and then creates magic on planet Earth, and that's what these three cards are also about. There we go, and the bells agree, so it must be right. Just kidding. Okay, so I hope you have a great day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.